So leg drive and setting up your correct leg length for good effective leg drive. So this video we're going to go through a little bit of an understanding of leg drive, where to set up your effective leg length, a bit of a drill and a checklist so you can do this at home, and then at the end I'm just going to show you some angles that you can measure on your own legs to set up a good effective leg drive if all that drill stuff is too hard. So here we go. So leg drive. In the boat, our legs are actually pushing the boat away or forward. So we anchor the blade or the paddle into the water, and then that leg drive is pushing the boat. So this stays still and the boat accelerates forward. As that acceleration happens, we're able to rotate back and go through the drive phase of the stroke. So really important to understand that the leg is actually pushing the boat away from us. We're pulling ourselves past the boat. We're not pushing ourselves back that way. And we're pushing the boat forward on one side, and then we're setting up for the next side. So what that means is we can't just focus on one side going forward and back. It means that we need to start with our knee extending, but the pelvis is going to rotate around so the other side gets put into a position where you can drive for the next stroke. So it's not, don't think one-sided, think you have to drive one side, but while you're doing that, you're setting up the other side. So here's a quick drill on the land, off the erg, that I can show you to illustrate that. Okay, so imagine bending down to pick up a weight on one side and just standing up. So I've gone from knee flexion to knee extension, and my hip has also gone from flexion to extension. But I've only picked up the weight on one side, and now it's impossible for me to pick up the weight on the other side. So I need to pick up this weight, knowing that after I pick it up, I want to pick up that weight. So the only way I can do that is by flexing my knee, but then I'm going to rotate my pelvis around. So that's relative abduction, and this is relative adduction of the pelvis, creating rotation, so I can pick up the other side. So that's what we're doing in the boat. I can't just stand up. I need to rotate so I can pick up the other side, and vice versa. So first, setting up your leg length, just eliminate the areas of your boat that aren't going to work. So that's obviously too long, and that's obviously too short. So for me, I'm going to be somewhere in the middle. So I'm going to start there, and I'm going to work through my drill to set up my correct leg length. The drill to set up your leg length is to grab a stick or a paddle, sit in your boat, or in this case the erg, and just put your feet into the foot plate. Bring your stick or your paddle up in front so your elbows are at 90 degrees, and just rotate around so your elbow touches each knee, and stop on one side. And then I just want you to check your knee position. So my knee here is fully extended, so I don't want that. I want a slight flex at my maximum rotated position. So that means I need to bring my foot plate slightly back. Also bear in mind, if you're a beginner, having your legs slightly further away may help with balance initially. So if you're struggling with a bit of balance and you can still reach your pedals, bringing your knees lower will lower your center of mass and make it slightly more stable, but you won't have effective technique. So I'm going to bring it back again, same drill, stop there, and again my knee is still fully extended at my fully rotated position. So I need to bring that back again. Stop there. Now I have a slight flex in my knee, which is good. So this may be the correct position for me. Now it's also just to note that I can still fully extend my knee, but all I've done is I've pushed my hip back that way, whereas in a paddling stroke or a simulated paddling stroke, that's where my leg drive will finish, because I'm not wanting to push my hip over my seat. I'm wanting to push it around and this hip comes forward. So I've still got some extension to go in that leg. So this leg length may be ideal for me. I'll just try that one further back and see how that changes things. So one notch back, same drill, stopping there. Knee has good flexion, good. Feels like I've possibly got more extension in that knee. So I've lost a bit of leg drive. I've lost a bit of leverage from my leg drive. And if I push my knee down, I definitely go over the seat. So it's definitely not too long, but I think I've gone too short in this instance. So I'll go back to where it was, same drill. That feels good. I've still got a slight flex in the knee at full rotation. And the only possible way for me to extend that knee fully is to push my bum back off my seat, which I'm not going to do when I paddle, as per that drill I showed you with the weights. Because I need to reach for the other side, which will bring this hip forward, which will create room for this hip to rotate around. So now that I've found my correct position, I'm just going to show you the angle of my leg in a neutral position. So this angle here. And then the angle of my leg in a fully rotated position. And then the angle of my leg in a fully extended or maximum extension position. So thanks for watching. Check out my website, strongpaddler.com. Everything you need to become a better paddler. And any questions, just flick me an email. And happy paddling. Cheers.